My name's Richard Edmonds. I'm the Head of Strategic and Democratic Services here at Torfaen County Borough Council. The reason we started looking for a new CMS was back in 2003 we were trying to develop a community portal, and clearly what we were looking for at the time was something that could be used by individuals who perhaps weren't as ICT literate as some. As we went through the process, we recognised that actually that was a problem we shared as an organisation. There were a number of options available to us. The first, I guess, was for us to employ proprietary systems, so systems that were well liked by our graphic designers and our programmers who had high-end skills, but essentially they gave us little in terms of enabling us to roll out the ability to update content across the rest of the organisation. We could also have outsourced our entire web offering, but again, although it was cheap at the outset, it would have cost us a lot as time went by. And what we really needed to find was a combination product, something that fitted a range of our requirements, and the Contensys product was very much it. It was a highly functional product, it was cost effective, but what we also enjoyed about the product was it made our graphic designers and our IT people very happy. They were equally able to engage with the product's use. We've gone from having a fairly static site that was pretty difficult and time-consuming to maintain to something that was vibrant and alive, for want of a better phrase. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is make sure the site is dynamic, it's enjoyable to use, it's intuitive, and that actually the customer feels part of an experience. There have been a huge range of benefits to the organisation. Probably summarise those as cost, productivity and reach. In terms of cost, we chose the content management system to avoid expanding the web team. If we'd had to do that, we probably would have added another 8 or 9 members of staff in. That would have cost us best part of 400k to £500,000 when you bring overheads to bear as well. So huge savings in terms of the employee costs, but also in terms of our advertising. We spend an awful lot of money in days gone by advertising jobs and having to do that through the printed media. We don't anymore. We advertise on our website. We've built a clean site that's well used. It's visited by lots of people. They come back. We know this from the use of the analytics tool that's wrapped around the website. And really that gives us reach. When we want to get a message out and get a message out to a lot of people, we can do so very quickly, and that's something that saved us an inordinate amount of time and money over the years. From the early days when we developed our first website using the Contensys product, it opened our eyes to the possibilities. So we set about using the Contensys product to redevelop our intranet, and in doing that, it spilled over to a redevelopment of the internet site. So what we've got now is effectively one content management system serving both of those sites. Very different looking sites and very different purposes, but ultimately we're using the same tools. So our authors that are able to publish content to the internet site are now doing so internally, and it's really helped us to take forward this idea we had of update content once but provide it to many different audiences. But of course, as others have become aware of the Contensys product from across the organisation, we've had quite a growing number of service areas and organisations are now making use of this, and of course it's all managed and maintained centrally through the e-services team, but that team hasn't grown any bigger than it was 8-9 years ago, which is the power of the tool really.